Thank y'all for tuning back in to your favorite channel, Pelican Bay Dog Talking News for the night, giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased, some gonna like it and some ain't, man. Like I always tell you, you have folk that like it, you have some that don't. You know, it just is what it is. Y'all hit that like button. Don't forget to drop down in them comments. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. You know, when I say subscribe, you know, that's the free part. If I say I appreciate your support and to the channel or something, now we talking about a couple of dollars. You know, but the subscribe is totally free. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell while you're at it. That way you'll be in the loop when the video's dropping. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all the bulldoggers and dog lovers down in the chat. Salute to all the dog lovers and bulldoggers from one side of the country to the other side of the world. You know what I'm saying? From one side of the country to the other side of the world, we gonna get into some bulldog talk today. You know what I'm saying? We getting into some bulldog talk today. Now we gonna talk about them Big John, Mayday, and Barracuda dogs. Since I see that was kind of the discussion on Facebook, I wanna jump in that discussion. And since it's all opinionated, you know what I'm saying? All opinionated. I got a few things I wanna say. You know what I'm saying? First of all, my first question is to any brother that's saying the Big John brothers are the only one that had great dogs off the Big John line. You know what I'm saying? First thing I want to ask you, the first question is, have you ever owned a Big John dog? You know, have you ever owned a Big John dog that came from the source? You know, have you ever owned a Big John dog, not a dog with Big John in the fourth generation one time, but a dog that has not been outbreded yet off of that stuff? You know, because see, we'll get up there and we'll speak on these lines. See, a lot of brothers won't do it, but a lot of brothers don't give a dang, and they'll straight up do it. They'll speak on lines, talk about what lines ain't doing, spread gossip, talk about this, talk about that, and never even seen this stuff, never even had any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? My first question is, have you owned a Big John dog? Not a dog 50% Big John stuff, 50% something else. No. Have you owned a Big John dog? Is my first question. Not saying you haven't, not saying you have. Just asking a question. You know, hit that like button, my brothers and sisters down in that chat. Don't forget to hit that like button. You know, but right now I'm trying to figure out, you know, if our brothers who make these comments about these dogs, have they ever owned any? You know, and I'm not talking to all my brothers, because I know there's a lot of brothers who got some of that stuff. You know, and one thing I know about a bloodline, man, everybody not going to be satisfied. No matter how good the dogs is, the dog men don't equal up to the dogs. You know what I'm saying? So the dogs are never, you can never just sell dogs and say, oh, they're going to go out there and be this or they're going to go out there and be that. Man, you don't know who you sold your dog to when they leave your house. You don't know what your dog about to go through. And I don't mean nothing bad or anything like that. I just mean your dog may never compete in a competition again. You know, your dog may compete in the competition, but be half-ass conditioned, half-ass taken care of. You know, it's just different dog men, different strokes for different folks. You never can tell. You know, y'all basing the way a dog performance off of these millions of people who not playing the game the way the game's supposed to be played. You see, now we got Mayday's name being called up, a dog that been bred over 1,000 times. We got Barracuda name being called up, another dog who been bred plenty of times. But yet, y'all can't name me no grand champions. I could be wrong. Name me some champions and grand champions from modern day era of Mayday and Barracuda. Everything that y'all know that's good off Mayday came out in the 90s, in the late 90s and the early 2000s. As well as Barracuda. Now, I can't say they didn't produce no great dogs, because they did. But see, I'm trying to figure out where are the champions at from these 2,000 breedings. Between the two dogs, they got 2,000 breedings. So where are all the great dogs at? And I'm going to tell you where they at in a few minutes. But where are all the great dogs at from these 2,000 breedings that Mayday and Barracuda produced by them together? Now, when I say where are all the great dogs, that don't mean brothers out here today don't have great dogs. What I'm saying is, when you start mentioning other dog kennel names, which I'm going to say that these dogs aren't on the level on, when you start mentioning other dog kennel names, you gotta watch how you put certain things, because you're comparing steak to rice. You know what I'm saying? When I say this, I'm gonna explain all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna explain all that in the future of this video. You know what I mean? So we got 2,000 breedings, and y'all complaining and saying these brothers over here only ones have good dogs off them. But yet, we talking, how many years we talking now? 40 years? Going on 40 years? 30-some years? And these dogs haven't been producing. But yet, these dogs hold more value. The Big John dog right now holds more value than the pure Mayday dog. The pure Big John dog holds more value than a pure Mayday dog at this moment. And I'm going to tell you why, my brothers and sisters. Now, some might say, why do I say the Mayday dog is not valued up where the Big John dog is? This is why. With all the breedings Mayday made, with all the breedings he made, them dogs scattered all out the world. All out the world. The Mayday dog is not consistent. You cannot rely on a Mayday pedigree 2023. You have to rely on the dog that you got. You cannot look at that pedigree before you actually see the dog and think that you have a dog you can start your yard with. A pure Mayday dog I'm speaking on. Mayday top and bottom. And this the thing about the Mayday dogs. It's so many of them out there. Yeah, some good breeders of Mayday dogs. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's so many of y'all that the bad ones overlook the good ones. It overpowers the good ones. You can't see the good ones because there's so many bad Mayday breeders out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by it. The dogs are all over the place. You can't rely. You go get a Mayday dog from anywhere. Getting a Mayday dog is like having Camelot blood, and don't get this wrong when I say this. Getting a Mayday dog in your pedigree it happens so frequently. Like, you liable to get a Mayday dog in your pedigree 1 out of 10 times. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little higher than that. Maybe like 3 out of 10 times you're going to have a Mayday dog in your pedigree somewhere or another. And the thing is, like, can you start yards with these dogs? You making start a yard with your dogs, brother, and you making start a yard with your dogs, sister. But we talking about all these millions of Mayday dogs scattered all across the world. They are not dependable. The Mayday dogs are not dependable, which takes their value up under the Big John dog, because the Big John dogs are yard starters when they're pure. You take one Big John dog, top and bottom Big John, and you breed it to any damn bloodline that you got out there, and you can start your yard with it. 2023. Why? Because y'all comparing rice to steaks. Because y'all comparing the brother who had Bolio, Indian Sonny, to Mr. Kobe. Comparing the Big John to the Barracuda and the Mayday stuff is like comparing Mr. Kobe to Indian Sonny. Gotta explain that to some of y'all brothers, I know. Because see, Bolio was bred many, 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 many different ways. A lot of great dogs came. A lot of other dogs came. While Mr. Kobe made a yard of dogs. He concentrated on a yard of dogs that changed the game many, many, many years later. See, it's a difference when you speaking on people who raised a yard of dogs, a family of dogs. And then you talking about a dog who don't got one family. You know, a Rolling Stone. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. When it come to Mayday, you know, Barracuda, he just a step under Mayday. He learned just like Mayday. That's why I say 2,000 breeders between the both of them. And you can't find a whole, everybody across the country got grand champions off Mayday and champions off Mayday. Why not? He got enough breeders for everybody in every state to have champions and grand champions off of them. Mayday got more breeders than every single dog in the dog game right now today. There's no dog in the dog game that has more breeders than Mayday. So why the hell is not champions spread across from California, Nevada, all the way to Tennessee? When I said Tennessee, big shout out to all my Tennessee Bulldoggers, man. We don't give them brothers enough props and enough credit right now. Big shout out to all my Tennessee Bulldoggers. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? From California to South Carolina, thousands and thousands of dogs. I wouldn't be surprised if it hadn't crossed over 1 million Mayday dogs done been in this country since Mayday lived. I wouldn't be surprised. And you telling me that's all the champions and grand champions y'all can come up with? Luke Kane, Barracuda, and a few more from the 90s that crossed over into the 2000s? Where are the rest of the champions that y'all comparing to these dogs? And then the first thing y'all want to yell out is only people got champions is them boys. When half of y'all was hating from the start. That's why brothers don't got the dogs that they had when they had their dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because so much hating. And I still can't figure out if these dogs wasn't producing, if these dogs wasn't the shit, why are they still in the conversation with Mayday? A dog that y'all claim is the top of the top of the top. At least them old ass, lying ass dog men claim that they only had Mayday dogs. You know what I'm saying? Never seen, I'll take that back. Never had nothing that was good. You know what I'm saying? So, and we don't even know if Victor know these mothers or not. But that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother story. At the end of the day, we got over, 2,000 breeders? And I'm still waiting on y'all brothers to give me the champions. And I ain't talking about no 600, and I ain't talking about them old ass dogs. I'm talking about modern day dogs off these Mayday dogs that y'all trying to compare to this Big John stuff. And y'all can't even start yards off of them. You don't know which side of the Mayday stuff you gonna get. You know, these brothers ain't keeping that Mayday stuff bred the way Mayday was bred. You don't know what you gonna get. And like I said before, I gotta say salute to the brothers that's breeding this stuff right. Because it's a lot of Mayday dogs out there, but only a handful of brothers is breeding it the right way. You know, breeding it the right way when I'm saying getting top of the line bulldogs consistently. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. I'm not with picking out 1 or 2 dogs out of litter. When you're breeding good, you can sell all your dogs with confidence and just keep the last one. You ain't worrying about it. Just keep the last one. When you're breeding with consistency. You know, but I'm still trying to figure out where the grands and the champs at of Mayday and Barracuda in the last 15 years. But hey, I'll wait. What I found out about Big John is he is Grand Champion Yellow most hated son. You know, Grand Champion Yellow most hated son. And the thing is, a lot of them old schoolers couldn't stop the go. You know, so they always hated on Big John offspring, but they couldn't stop the go. They were trying to figure out this and trying to figure out this and that, but they couldn't stop the go. You see? Couldn't stop the go. And now, y'all keep wanting to know who got champions, who got grand champions, who got champions, who got grand champions. Oh yeah, brothers got champions and grand champions, but if they get up there and answer what y'all talking about, they'll be in the same place the Minneapolis people and Carolina Classic boys at. See? A lot of people that y'all be asking about, they history, you know, in the history gone, past. You know what I'm saying? You know, they dog game is just so far gone, it don't matter no more. There ain't too many places you can go in America that a Mayday dog will outsell a Big John dog side by side. A pure Mayday dog and a pure Big John dog, unless you're going to a Mayday dog man yard. If you ain't going to a Mayday dog man yard, you put your Mayday dog beside a Big John dog and you see which one sell the fastest. You know, that's what I mean by the value is different. Because a brother know in his head, forget what you're talking about on Facebook, because half y'all on Facebook don't know what you're talking about. You know, forget what you're talking about on Facebook. You know, in the back of that brother head, he know he might can work something with this Big John dog. You know, but he don't, with that Mayday dog, he don't know what the hell he gonna get. He don't know what the hell he gonna get. And I mean that literally. You know what I'm saying? I mean that literally. And when you talk about Big John dogs, give me some Big John dogs. Don't give me Rattler. Don't give me no Little Thunder. Don't give me no Buddy. Give me some Big John dogs. You know what I'm saying? When you start discussing stuff like this and worrying about stuff that don't really matter, you know? And when I say it don't matter, because like I said before, everybody got their own opinion, but I'm willing to bet a few dollars, $5 or $10, $15, $20 on. You take a pure Mayday, pure Big John, and go anywhere outside of a Mayday yard, and somebody who done bought, who done had a whole bunch of that stuff and they feel like they didn't like it, you know, because it ain't for everybody. One thing about it, that's what you got to understand about dogs. You know, that's what you got to understand. A lot of these brothers take the next man's opinion before they make a move with a dog. What does the next man's opinion have to do with you getting a dog besides you making some money? You thinking, oh, this is what they want. This is what they want. It's like y'all checking the dogs to see if it's like dope, to see if it's what everybody else want. You know what I'm saying? What about what you want? When y'all start worrying about what you want, then you'll be all right. Like I said before. Then you'll be all right. Y'all stop comparing a dog that you can't rely on to dogs that start yards. That's why I say you could call that stuff like the modern day red boy stuff. If you understand what I'm saying, it don't mean it's the same thing. What it means is back in the 90s, the red boy stuff can be put with anything to start your yard. 2023, the Big John dogs can be put with anything to start your yard. You cannot put that Mayday stuff with anything to start your yard. That's what I mean. Barracuda, you can't do it. You still got to worry about problems with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? You never had to worry about them kind of problems with Big John. Health problems with this, health problems with that. You never had to worry about that with Big John dogs. You didn't have to worry about out of shape dogs. You didn't have to worry about deformed looking dogs. You didn't have to worry about none of that stuff, skin problems, none of that stuff with Big John dogs. Still don't have to worry about it. Still got to go. You know, it just is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, like I said before, you comparing one thing to the other, and neither is, and one thing ain't in the other thing lead. You know what I'm saying? You comparing a dog that was stopped breeding by the breeder many years ago to a dog that the breeder finessed his line. Victor never finessed Mayday line. Victor only took Mayday and bred him to every damn thing people wanted to breed him to. It didn't make no difference what it was. That's why you can't rely on that stuff now. Because he bred it with so many different dogs. These millions of brothers who got these dogs, they come off so many different lines, you never know which line you're going to get and which trait you're going to get. You know? That's the difference. Like I told you before, you compare Indian Sonny to Mr. Kobe. You know? A man who made money compared to a man who made a line. A man who made a legacy in these dogs. But hey, like I told you at the beginning of this video, you know, it's all opinionated. It's all opinionated. And your opinion is just as valid as my opinion. You know what I'm saying? What you said means just as much as what I say. You know, it just is what it is, man. You can go grab you this, but at the end of the day, if I go slap two of them puppies down in your face, you're going to walk away with the Big John one. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say. I don't care what you hear. You know, unless you a Big John critic, because you got them out there. You got them haters, the ones that I say they rather lose all their money than go buy a good dog. They rather run around the whole damn state, the whole damn city, the whole country, getting bullshit than get a good dog because the pride. You know, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It ain't my damn fault. You know, it ain't my fault. Like I said, I'm just going to give you that dog talk, that dog news. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. You know what you can do. You know what I'm saying? You know what you can do. Shout out to the brothers down there in the chat, man, the moderators and everybody else, man. Salute to all the Bulldog lovers. Don't forget to hit that like button if you want to donate to the channel, $ Pelican Bay Kennels. You know what I'm saying? If you want to donate to the channel, yes, sir. We talking about that Big John and that Mayday stuff today, man. You know, I don't mind doing it. Don't mind doing it. You know what I'm saying? Don't mind doing it. Another thing, we just got to stick to reality, right? Then that means a pure Mayday dog is more likely to have some type of paper pedal in it than getting a pure Big John dog right about now. Because the Mayday dogs will spread so far across the country, everybody got them papers. You know, everybody got them dogs. You know, everybody. So you're more likely to get a paper pedal dog saying Mayday than one saying Big John because of the lack of breeding that the Big John dogs did compared to the Mayday dogs. The lack of selling that the Big John dogs did compared to the Mayday dog and Barracuda dog, the real famous dogs. But yet we can't seem to figure out who the hell got the top echelon dogs from modern day time. Why the hell I gotta go back to keep calling out Barracuda? Ain't no more Barracuda dogs came off since him that we can breed to, that we could call their name and stop saying Barracuda. What about Mayday? Don't tell me Luke Kane, man, and tell me some dogs that ain't from the late 90s, early 2000s. All these millions of breedings we made. We talking millions of breedings, or millions of dogs rather, coming down off Mayday, close descendants, and we're all the grand champions and the champions at. Your guess is good as mine. I see the same thing you see. Not a damn one out there. You know what I'm saying? The same way you talking about these brothers, the only ones have champions, you know? Hey, where the champions at for the other dogs? You just don't want to mention that. You don't want to mention that because you either running that or your hate ain't built against that. Because everybody know half them dogs ain't shit. So your hate built up against something trying to stop a legacy. Trying to stop dogs and brothers that bred their dogs ways that Mayday dog was never bred. See? That Mayday dog was never bred in and line bred by the owner. Not by the guys out here who bought dogs and bred dogs to Mayday. By the owner. Line bred. All the way down. Making sure he breeding the best of Mayday to the best of Mayday to the best of Mayday in structure, body build, and in performance. You know, and health. Victor did not do that. You cannot compare Victor to these brothers, Big John and them. You can't compare them. Two different levels. Two different levels. They had two different game plans, rather. You know, two different game plans. But hey, it just is what it is. I'm just going to give you my opinion on it. You know, whether you like it or not. You know, whether you like it or not. Stop comparing dogs that can't be depended on to dogs that start yards is my main thing I'm saying. Stop comparing dogs that you can't depend on to dogs that start yards. You take a cold dog off that Big John stuff and you can start a whole damn yard off that stuff. You get the Mayday stuff, you don't know which way they bred this Mayday stuff. And it's still pure Mayday. So many different kennels had that stuff. You don't know how they bred it. But guess what? One of them guys out there get that Big John stuff, got that Big John stuff. They can breed it with pretty much anybody across the country, and it's gonna match up somewhere or another because them dogs were bred specific ways. See, that brother over there in California, he could link up with that brother in North Carolina and breed his dogs, and they gonna link up right. When he got Big John dogs over here, he got Big John dogs from the 90s. He got Big John dogs from the 2000s. They can still breed their dogs together because the way them boys bred their dogs is all going to coincide. You can't take Mayday dogs and do that. You can't go from California with Mayday dogs, pure Mayday stuff, and go from New York with pure Mayday stuff and think it's going to all go back together. You might have about 12 different strains of Mayday. All of it going back to Mayday, but all the brothers bred different ways. But that Big John stuff is a whole different caliber, man. The same way I said in that other video that the red boy traits trickle down. See, it ain't the Big John traits, it's the Jocko traits that them trickled all the way down. See, the red boy and the Jocko, that bloodline became a famous bloodline. But the red boy and the Jocko both were superior breeders. You know what I'm saying? Both of them dogs were superior breeders, and both of them dogs threw the same genetics into their offspring to make them the same way, superior breeders. When they bred with anything, they made great dogs. You know what I'm saying? Made great dogs. Now, let me ask you this. When you get you a Mayday dog, a random Mayday dog, what traits can you guarantee that's going to be in that blood? What traits can you guarantee that's going to be in that dog that you get just a random Mayday dog? You can't. What traits are going to be in that Big John stuff? It's going to have that go in it. It's going to have that red boy go in it. You know that. You start yards with them dogs. They can't be compared to the modern day Mayday dog. The value is way different. You know what I'm saying? The value is way different. You don't even need 2 full-blooded pit bulls with that Big John stuff, and you can start a damn yard. That Big John stuff and another mixed breed dog, you can start a damn yard with it. And I put that on everything. All you got to do is breed to that mixed breed dog, take that puppy and breed back to the full-blooded dog. And I guarantee you have dogs that'll stop the average dog in a competition. A legal competition. You'll make high-quality dogs. That's just how they bred. And that's just how the genetics they produce. These brothers ain't going out here getting this Big John stuff, throwing it in their dogs for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Them brothers ain't getting up there posting that stuff on Facebook for nothing. They know what time it is. The traits have been captivated. While the Mayday traits are scattered all over the place, and you got to hope that this brother over here got good Mayday stuff. You got to hope that this brother over here got good Mayday stuff. You got to hope that she got good Mayday stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to hope that. But if you catch a brother out here, even if it's not the source, when you catch a brother out there and he got his yard based off of pure Big John stuff, you're going to see the difference. I guarantee you that. You're going to see the difference. But hey, it's for me to know, some people to find out. You know what I'm saying? You won't find out by a questionnaire. I tell you that. Because a questionnaire sometimes is filled with haters. And people who will not take their hard-earned money and go purchase a dog. They won't take their hard-earned money and go purchase one. Then you got some that want to come and jump the line. They go purchase one and they don't want to get a puppy. They want to go get a big one, and they go get one that is people shy or cold or this or that, or then they have complaints about this and then they have complaints about that. Instead of getting a puppy and raising it up on your own. But hey, it is what it is. I know at the end of the day, you can rely on that Big John stuff. You can't rely on that Mayday stuff because you never know who you're getting it from. If you get it from a reputable breeder that's doing the right things with his blood, with the right things with his crosses, then you can rely on it. You can't rely on it just buying it anywhere across this country. You know what I'm saying? You can't rely on it. I go get some of that stuff from so-and-so. Man, ain't no telling what that stuff got in it, man. Ain't no telling what it got in it. But you ain't heard it from me, man. You ain't heard it from me. See, a lot of brothers are trying to master these pedigrees. You better be mastering them laws in your state that dealing with them pit bulls, and your laws in your cities that dealing with them pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? You won't have no pedigree to master. You know, but that is what it is. Neither here nor there. You know, I'm just putting it out there. The way I always do, fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Some gonna like it, some ain't. A lot of people didn't like it because I'm talking about the Mayday dogs. You know, but I shows you I don't discriminate. Got Mayday stuff, but I don't discriminate, man. I'm only one person with Mayday dogs. There's millions of Mayday dogs out there. Because my Mayday dogs might be good, that don't change my opinion. My opinion is Mayday dogs are spotted. They come in spotted. Some good ones over here, some good ones over there, some good ones over here. You know, all of them ain't good. Now, one thing Mayday dogs do possess, they're good-looking dogs. They good-looking dogs, but good-looking don't win shows. You know, it may win a confirmation show sometime, but it don't win treadmill races. It don't win wall climbs. It don't win lure chases. None of that. What wins them is performance, heart, ability. You know what I'm saying? Ability. Like the brother who got the hog stuff, the all that stuff. He got a lot of Mayday, Barracuda stuff, you know. But you don't know which one you can rely on. You know, which one can you rely on? So many different ones. It's a different in breeding programs. Different in breeding programs. It's a difference in the agendas. You know, when you got some breeders who breed dogs together, they breed dogs together. And they might breed them dogs together forever until them dogs die. Then you got other breeders who might breed one time with each dog. Whichever dog is the more popular one at the next time. We breed them Bolio this time with a Bolio female. Next time we breed them with a Jeep female. Next time we going back Red Boy Jocko. You know, just whichever one more popular for the era, for the time. We might go with some of the Carrata stuff. You know, or some of the ship stuff, being that we know it's popular right now. Put a little bit of that, some of that Mayday on top of the ship, this, and then, see how that sell. You know what I'm saying? That should be a for sure seller. Two popular dogs, put the pedigrees together. You know you got a winner. You got a winner. At least that's what some folk think. You know? Can you not see and tell the genetics? Oh, I forgot. A lot of y'all don't know about the Big John stuff, you know, besides Buddy and Rattler. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go back to the actual offspring themselves, coming off Mayday, coming off Big John. Big John them took more of the traits from Chavis, Yellow John, and the Jocko stuff. You know, when it come to Little John, but I'm talking about Big John, they took more traits after the Yellow John dog, coming down off the Red Boy stuff. Took them traits, cause see, Big John throwing red noses, been throwing red noses from day one. Breeding back with his own stuff, not breeding to all these different lines. You know what I'm saying? Not breeding back to all these different lines. Big John's sister was a red nose, coming directly off Yellow. Blondie. You know? Okay. How many of y'all brothers know about her? Big John Little Mate's sister. Then he got another Little Mate sister. You know? See, we only know about certain things. Like, you comparing your little 3 years in the dog game, what you heard in your 3 years, compared to damn 50 years. You know? That's like, it's like, how can you compare Maurice Carver when he in his breeding times, during his days, how can you compare him, you know what I'm saying, to somebody who got a great dog, made a lot of breedings, and then left it to the world to handle? Left the Mayday stuff for all the people in the world to handle. You breed it this way, man. I think I can make the best ones. You breed them this way. He think he can make the best ones. They breeding it this way. They think they can make the best ones. When that Big John stuff was finessed, that Big John stuff was cooked and seasoned and marinated and got right. You know what I'm saying? Producing great dogs. You know, great dogs. But yet, the only thing brothers can say is, oh, they the only ones got champions off of them. Why the hell y'all keep buying dogs from them then? Why the hell y'all bought dogs from them for 40 years straight if they the only ones have great dogs off of them? Sound like somebody who never purchased one. Sound like somebody who couldn't afford one. Sound like somebody who got too much pride and don't want to be a winner. See, I can't blame you for not wanting to be a winner. Everybody don't want to be winners. You can't make everybody be winners. Only a winner want to be a winner. Some of y'all just ain't got it in your heart. The same way them dogs ain't got it in their heart. Every dog don't have it. Every dog man don't have it. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It ain't nothing to possess one. It ain't nothing to go buy a pit bull. It ain't nothing to go buy 3 or 4. It ain't nothing to go buy 10. Money get you 10 pit bulls. But being true to that dog game, being true to them dogs make you a dog, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It just is what it is. But I'm just giving y'all brothers my opinion. Like I said, man, I appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We back at it. We dropping them videos. Like I said, man, go subscribe to my other channel, Pelican Bay Kennels TV. You know what I'm saying? Pelican Bay Kennels TV. Go ahead and subscribe to it, man. I need y'all to subscribe. Let's get that thing up. We're going to have some of the same videos on that channel as well as some different ones. I got to have some different ones on it. Give y'all something to go to there to watch as well. But we have some of the same videos up on both channels. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. It ain't going to hurt you. To my brothers and sisters that's already subscribed to this one. Pelican Bay Kennels TV. And before I get up out of here, man, I want to send a big salute to my brothers and sisters down in the chat. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I appreciate y'all showing support, man. It's all love, It's all love, my brothers and sisters. Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal. PBK9s. And I'm out.